Welcome to another episode of URC Chumps, episode 65. First of all, big shout out to all you people who have subscribed to us on YouTube. We've just hit the 100 mark. I know it's a small victory, but it's a small victory that we're going. TikTok is close behind with 94. So just let's keep those going, guys. Thanks very much. Unfortunately, Tim is busy working at BMW, it seems like, in Munich. So I've got Jacques here with me this week. It's great to have Jacques back. Jacques, how you doing, man?
I've had better days after this weekend's performance of the Sharks. I'm not doing too great, but it's part of the game. But other than that, all good.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it, so I think we really need to get into it and everything. First things first, last week we had two unbeaten teams who then met up. Stormers are the only undefeated team right now. I know Dara was already fuming, especially with the referee and everything, but he was blaming the man at the top of the picture there, Crowley, for the loss. But yeah, as you can see, the results starting off with Ulster hosting Benetton of 47-13, which was kind of to be expected. Dragons were holding off Leinster for quite some time until Leinster just took it away, thanks to Archie Snyman apparently as well. The game that actually shocked me the most, in a way, in the South African side, was the Lions beating the Bulls at Loftus. How was your fiance?
It was a difficult household over the weekend, seeing her father is a Lion and she's a Bull supporter. But I give it to the Lions. They were the better team by far from the get-go.
You saying that sorry to interrupt you, but you saying that there was something that irked me with the whole thing is Ambrose Papier got man of the match, where I thought Etienne Oosthuizen was way better.
Agreed. Luckily, I'm not the person that's making that decisions.
It was the fans.
It was the last let's say the last 8 minutes. The Lions just let it go, and the Bulls scored like two quick tries. Otherwise, the score would have been 43-19.
Yeah.
But from the get-go, I think I missed the first 5 or first 10 minutes maybe. And the Lions they played like I haven't seen them play in a very, very long time.
No. This is what we were saying, especially Tim and myself early on, was the Lions have been disappointing and now they just seem like they got their things together. Is it little too late? I mean, unfortunately, we had this last season where they absolutely started off on an absolute run, and then they met Leinster, and then all of a sudden disappeared. Now they were kind of like disappeared. Now they seem to finally have like, oh, this is how we win. And I mean, Tim likes to say it, winning is a habit. It is a mentality type of thing. So is losing. So I'm really hoping we see a lot more from the Lions now. I know they're looking at losing Q and Horn at the end of the season, which could upset them a bit. But yeah, it was great to see an awesome Lions team play. Not so name laden as like the Bulls, but yeah, well done to the Lions. That was one prediction that I got wrong.
Me too.
Then, of course, Cardiff going to Zebra and beating them at Palmer. One of the teams that was a away team that won, Stormers, 21-6 down at halftime to come back 27-21 victors, holding off Munster. No points in the second half. Brilliant intercept try by Ruan Nall. The man in the picture there, Dylan Mart, what an awesome try. I mean, that face over there just lit up the stadium. He was so happy when he scored that try. I'm so glad. And I put a team on what's this place on Facebook for a competition, and he was one of the guys I put on at wing. So I'm excited to see more of him in this season.
And
Yeah,
he's a youngster coming from the bottom of the ranks, coming through the club system, not the school system. This correct me if I'm wrong. Um, I think he played for a couple of the
Worcester.
Boland clubs,
Yeah,
and then worked his way up for, like, I think he played for 7 clubs
yeah. So
or
something along
something.
those lines. I saw he grew up in the Worcester area and everything.
Yeah,
Made I wasn't too sure on the club's formats there. Then he made it into Boland, from Boland to Griquas. Of course, Griquas winning the Currie Cup here in South Africa, which put a lot of the players on the
on the
radar. I
map.
know George
Yeah.
Whitehead has gone to the Sharks and
Back
everything. Quite a lot.
box.
Yeah, quite a few of the players have split up into different areas um, for for covering in the URC, which is great for them.
Mm.
I know we've got Clinton Swart as well at Stormers as well, who can cover like a center and fly half. Um, yeah, but I mean, it was exciting to watch and everything. That last 10 minutes with that, well, the last 5 minutes with that try that they scored, I was like, oh no, now we need to, and then only to find no, it was a knock on. Oh, but as I said, if there was a game that we were going to lose, this would have been the game that I would have liked to have lost because it would have been against a team that was already up at the top. And
Mm.
now we're the only undefeated team. It makes it whoever beats us, it's going to give them a good, you know, push. But then, yeah, we've got Edinburgh who just picked Ospreys. Ospreys coming in quite nicely there. Sharks, unfortunately, just let Connacht run away. Hey, just be glad you're not a Glasgow, bro, who got beaten. And I mean, beaten by the bottom of the log. I mean, look at that. At the bottom, number 16, only one win. That was that game.
Everybody needs a win sometime.
But when it's bottom of the log and you sitting at fifth now,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, three South African teams up at the top. Unfortunately, we have you guys down at 14th, which is not really what we want to see. We were expecting a lot more, but there's still more to come in the season. So this isn't everything. Of course, we're going into a break now because we're going into the
Mm.
Champions and Challenge Cup. So we'll have to wait and see a little bit more on that. But another game that went down this weekend was the thumping of Wales, 73-0. I saw some people complaining, oh no, they didn't have their full strength team. And I was like, but neither did we. Their
Um,
replacement front row had the same amount as one of our replacement front row players.
I don't know what happened in the second half to Wales, because we actually had the conversation at halftime. We were up 28-0. And I think actually Wales in the first half was the better team. They just the rounding off part didn't take place. But uh for a team that wasn't at full strength, for that lost, like, what, I think 13 players,
Yeah,
I don't think that they played too badly in the first half. But the second half, I think our fitness level is just at a next level,
yeah,
and that's what got them in the end.
yeah.
But sorry for Wales.
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, they didn't come to the party in that regard, and unfortunately, it has been marred with a very horrible thing, which we'll discuss a little bit later. We won't get into it too much now. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it was a great game and everything. And like I said, unfortunately, there was that one incident, which we'll discuss a little bit later, which I think has soured the victory for a lot of people. But yeah. But now, of course, we're going into this weekend, which is the Challenge Cup and Champions Cup. Starting off on Friday with the Challenge Cup being Ulster hosting Racing. What you got? Stade Francais hosting Cardiff. Lions hosting Benetton. Black Lions hosting Montpellier. Lyon hosting who's that? No, Newcastle. Sorry, with the new logo with Red Bull, a little bit. And Zebra hosting another team which I seem to have forgotten. But
I have
yeah,
no idea who their team is.
yeah. And then of course finishing up on Sunday being Perpignan versus Dragons, which I mean Perpignan should take that game.
Mm-hmm.
Ospreys hosting Connacht and Exeter hosting the Cheetahs.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not an easy travel for them. But yeah,
no.
then of course we got the Champions Cup starting off with Bayonne hosting the Stormers, and I'm going to be
Ooh.
at my year-in function that time, so hopefully I get to watch it in between. That's 8 o'clock our time. Please remember, all these times you need to take an hour off if you're here in South Africa. Sale Sharks going up against Glasgow Warriors. They're starting off at 7, of course, us at 8. Then on Saturday is Saracens versus Clermont. Bulls hosting Bordeaux, who last year was very dangerous. So
Mm-hmm.
they made it into the final. So this could be problematic for the Bulls. Though I do hear Pollard should be starting for the Bulls as well, which will probably help the backline tremendously with the level-headed fly-off. Leinster, of course, hosting the Harlequins. La Rochelle hosting the Tigers. Bath going up against Munster. Scarlets hosting Bristol Bears, which is kind of weird considering that they're the bottom of the log and now they're playing in this. I wonder if they're putting more effort into this than they're going to put in the
I'm
URC.
just I'm just seeing just little useless information now that I'm seeing their Bristol Bears. We've got a rugby club here in Newcastle that is also Bears, right?
Yeah,
Every year, the guys from Bristol Bears, the team there, I think they're in England,
yeah, Bristol.
they support these guys and give them new jerseys every single year, give them money, give them balls. They sponsor the whole year.
Did
It's
you,
actually very interesting.
uh,
Oh,
maybe
then the
you,
Sharks are going to lose. Oh my goodness gracious!
yeah. Uh,
Again,
yes. Paliosi is going up against Northampton Saints. Gloucester hosting Castro, which would be good. Toulouse, and right now Toulouse is on a high because DuPont is back and everybody's going crazy because DuPont is back. Sharks, unfortunately, with what we're going to discuss after this, not in it, and this is on a Sunday as well. And then, of course,
a
Edinburgh
holy day.
hosting Toulon. Eh?
On a holy day that I'm going to swear this much.
Yep. Next thing you know, on your wedding day, there's a game as well.
23rd
But
of
yes,
December is likely it's a Tuesday.
okay. First part of this, Alex Mann won't fire us any citing for parts of the Wales South Africa incident, which I do think is ridiculous. I do have a sneaky suspicion this is now going to open up a whole
Mhm.
can regarding the vessels situation because there was evidence that man did stuff beforehand. When I saw Etzebeth lose his mind, I was still like, Etzebeth doesn't lose his mind like that for nothing.
Not
Something
for no
must have
reason. No.
happened. Yeah. a lot of people are like, oh, but he's dirty. Dude, the guy's not dirty. Yes, he fights, but he fights when everybody else is fighting. So if you're going to point the finger at one person, you need to point the finger at everyone else in the team. But anyway, regarding that, I do think this is now going to open up a whole new thing for vessels, because they're going to be like, ban vessels with no proper evidence, but now there's evidence for this. Like, you're gonna have to do something, sort something out, because you can't
What
say
counts for one must count for the other one.
Yeah, because they're gonna say, yeah, but he put his finger in my eye and stuff like this, and but then they're gonna. Right now, I can tell you that's probably gonna be part of the argument. Is gonna be, but now there was no evidence in that one, but you banned him for 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Where this has evidence to it. And now you're going to have to, and you ban the person that had no evidence to them, which means now Etzebeth has evidence to him, of course, and I still believe he does need to pay the price for the crime. He did the crime. He needs to do the time. Hopefully it isn't too bad, and they do take that into account, but they're going to have to relook at that whole vessel situation, because that's now a whole new dilemma in this that has come up. But yeah, the potential ban looms. As you can see, the incident for it, the World Rugby sanction for out-gouging is low offense is about 4 weeks, mid-range 8 weeks, top end is 12, maximum intentional contact is 4 years. Now, this is where South Africans are starting to get worried, is because that could be seen as what. But also the images that were showed were just that it kind of just could have been a grab. His hands were that big. We're going to have to wait and see. Right now, apparently that hearing is happening. We'll only find out tomorrow what has happened. What is the thing? But other potential that has happened. Of course, there was Mpimpi this year. He was banned from 3 matches for incidents in January that had happened. Henko Fenter from Glasgow was banned for 6 weeks for making contact with Dan Cole's eyes in an area, eye area, in a Champions Cup match as well. A high profile like Chris Ashton back in 2016 got a 10-week ban. And Dylan Hartley, who received a 6-month suspension in 2007. So yeah, Etzebeth is only.
Just quickly go back to the other slide, the previous slide.
Yeah, what you want there?
I think if we're lucky, Eben is going to get 8 weeks. That's what I think. But
I'm hoping 6 months to a year.
Even that, but they're gonna make a point. I understand what you're saying, that it's gonna open up a whole different can of worms regarding the Wessels case as well. But World Rugby is gonna try to make a point. They're gonna use this as I guess I don't even know what the word is. Example. They're going to use this as an example that foul play and dangerous play is completely out. I think they're going to give him a hell of a sentence. I think so.
I do as well, but I mean, my thing is I still don't understand how Alex Mann got away with it, where you can actually see there was legit intention as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully they do look at that again in the thing and actually realize that they were wrong and actually call Mann back in and say, here we go. Please understand, I'm saying Etzebeth did the crime. He has to do his time.
True.
I do hope it isn't to the point that it ends his career. But I am really, really, really hoping that also his good disciplinary record, because he's only got 4 yellow cards. And those yellow cards haven't really been bad. This is his first disciplinary action that he's had in his career as well. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of South Africans are literally going to be sitting on the edge of their seats, refreshing tomorrow to see what the outcome is. Um, Hopefully they're deliberating right now, and it comes out in a favor that shows there is what you call it to it, but also at the same time where they do take other things into consideration. And yeah, because I mean there was definitely a punch thrown, and there was definitely eye gouge or a finger in the eye from Man at that point.
Yeah.
And I can tell you now, they're going to be like, well, here's the Vessel story. There was no evidence that this happened, and there, but now there is evidence here, and you're not pointing at him. You have to do something.
Yeah, true
Um,
story.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, these are the pre-existing things that has happened. It is going to be touch and go. I'm probably not going to sleep tonight. I'm probably going to be so worried. One, because I'm trying to make sure everything's packed for Thursday when I fly up to Joburg. Um, and two, what's happening with Etzebeth, because to me he's been one of the greatest players that has come out of South Africa. It would have been nice to have our most capped player end his career on a sour note.
Yeah, that's true. That's not going to be lacquer.
Yeah. We're going to have to wait and see what happens
Mm-hmm.
and everything. We will definitely cover this a little bit more next week, along with the results of the Challenge and Champions Cup. Before we talk about the next round 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it would be round 2, because then the week after is back to URC. So, yeah. Oh, but yes, guys, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your views and your take on this. How do you feel about this? There was quite a few comments that came in from this last week, which are greatly appreciated. We like to hear your views, how you feel about certain things on it. But yes, we've got a wonderful weekend of rugby coming up. We're going to have to put the negative aside and actually keep moving forward. Um, I'm actually looking forward to this game, especially how the Stormers played last week, where I thought we were going to lose, but we haven't, and we're yet to lose a game. And we've started this year with our away record being fantastic, and I hope it stays that way. Yeah.
I will cry so long. I will start crying so long.
Listen, if we lose, we're going to have to lose at some point.
True.
I must be honest. Every game I think, oh no, this is the game we're going to lose. No.
And it's just the way that they push it through.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what? When I saw 21-6 at halftime for the Stormers, I was like, oh, here we go. This is going to be the first loss. And then we still came back with a full 11 point or 21 points on top of that. I was like, say, what the hell? But that's the thing. We start off slow and end the game off hardcore. It's insane. I think the South African teams have to be worried about the Stormers this year, the way that they're playing.
Yeah.
We still got to play against the likes of Glasgow, Edinburgh. Who else? Played Ospreys, we played Scarlets, played Leinster, played We've still got Connacht and Ulster to go. We got
It looks like a good season for you guys.
Yeah, we got Bulls twice, we got Sharks twice, we got Lions twice. So
I'll just be happy if I beat the South African teams at least once.
Okay, then I'll go for the Lions or the Bulls.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you very much again. Thank you for growing the community, letting us get to just over 100 viewers and subscriptions. Please remember, like I said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your feelings on how things are going and your views of the games that have happened, that are happening. But yes, I would also like to say again to Jacques, thanks very much for joining me, not leaving me to go alone this week, and everything else. But yes, Jacques, thanks very much. We'll keep in touch.
Cheers.
Rest of
Be
you
good.
champions, have a lekker one. Cheers.